On behalf of the Deans of the Graduate Schools, Professor Takatoshi Ito, Dean of the Graduate School of Public Policy, will give a speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. We are very happy to welcome you as incoming students of fall of 2012 at the University of Tokyo. Although a majority of both undergraduate and graduate students coming to the University of Tokyo entered in April, the beginning of traditional Japanese academic year, fiscal year, we have started and expanded our October intake in recent years. Students starting in the fall are mostly those in various international programs that are taught in English. Although the University of Tokyo has hosted many exchange students and research visitors in the past, it is relatively new that the university created several degree programs that are taught in English. The university is moving toward full internationalization and globalization. The numbers of English taught classes and international students are increasing very rapidly. There are several international programs that are taught in English in different schools within the University of Tokyo. Although we share information so that we can provide better academic environment for foreign students, each program is quite independent. Let me give some information as an example on the Graduate School of Public Policy where I am dean. We established an international program in Masters of Public Policy, which we call MPP-IP for short, 2 years ago. So just last week, we sent off the first class of our graduates. Prior to establishing MPP-IP, the Graduate School of Public Policy had engaged in exchange students with Columbia University, Lee Kuan Yew School of Public Policy, and Sciences Po and other schools. So an introduction of international program at the Graduate School of Public Policy was a natural next step toward full internationalization. We now have double degree programs with those affiliated schools, which I just mentioned. Now, our Graduate School of Public Policy has 1/3 of our students from abroad and 2/3 from Japanese universities. They take the same class taught in English. It is not yet, but getting close to an ideal cosmopolitan campus at University of Tokyo. Future leaders of Asia, future leaders in the international community, and future leaders of Japan share the same experiences of academic and social life here at the university. You are one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, now you are starting your student life at the University of Tokyo. Some of you are quite excited about the opportunities to learn here, and some of you are maybe not so confident or nervous at the university regarding your life in Tokyo. I would not worry about social life in Tokyo, as Japanese people are known to be very helpful to foreigners as well as fellow Japanese. On the other hand, academic life at the university can be difficult and challenging. Let me give you my thoughts as an economist about university education. We as faculty are very confident that what we teach here will become a part of your lifelong assets in what economists call human capital. Indeed, the university is a place that you invest in yourself, and returns to these investments will last for the rest of your life. Believe me, that's true. Returns may take a form of increased financial compensations at your work. This we call private returns. But of course, financial returns are not all of what you will receive. I mean, returns include psychological satisfaction and sense of achievement. But also, returns may take form of contribution to the society at large. What you invest or what you create with better education may have far greater value to the society at large. You may not be rewarded for the increased technological advance that society receives from your contribution in knowledge. Simply put, output from your increased human capital exceeds your private returns. This we call social returns from university education. Suppose you invent a new drug that cures a particular form of cancer. You obtain a patent on the drug and you become wealthy. That's your private returns. But values to the patient, his or her family members, and society at large with good health and benefits may become far beyond what they pay as cost of drugs. So this is social returns. And university education will give you both private returns and social returns later. Similar statements can be made for education for future political leaders and corporate executives. And we should not lose sight on the social returns part. One of the reasons why many countries, including Japan, have subsidized university education with the taxpayers' money is precisely the existence of social returns, your beneficiaries. You're lucky to earn private returns that go beyond the cost of tuition, time, and efforts, but society is lucky to have you at the University of Tokyo, since we believe that your contribution to the society later in your life is worth Japanese taxpayers' money. In the globalized world, benefits to the society go much farther than the country's border. Can you imagine the world without computers, without operating system of computers, and without social networking systems? The inventors of those computer operating system and social networking have become billionaires, as you know, but social returns are much larger than their private returns. Although some of those geniuses contributing to the current IT world are former dropouts from the university. But their experiences at university undoubtedly inspired their future inventions. And some of them have contributed back to the society through philanthropy activities. I'm not recommending you to drop out from University of Tokyo to become millionaires, like Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg. Ladies and gentlemen, many of you are from Asia. Some of you are from other parts of the world, but with keen interest in Asia. The 21st century is said to be Asia's century. Asia used to be a region of poverty in the 50s and 60s. The so-called poverty trap was commonplace. People are poor so that they cannot obtain sanitary environment for healthy life or education, investment into human capital. Hence, their human capital remained low and earnings would not rise. And that was the poverty trap. In fact, Gunnar Myrdal, who later would receive the Nobel Prize for Economics, published a book called Asian Drama, an inquiry into poverty of nations, in 1968. In his book, Myrdal studied Southeast Asia, in particular India and Indonesia. His conclusion: he advocated population control, promotion of agriculture, investment in healthcare, and education. But he was rather pessimistic about industrialization through domestic investment or exports. Clearly, he viewed large population as a disadvantage, and his predicament on Asia was, as I said, rather pessimistic. Then, decades later, one of the most popular books that changed the image of Asia was published after many Asian countries already achieved high growth. It was the World Bank's The East Asian Miracle in 1993. The book gave Asian economies with congratulatory remarks and optimistic views. Asian countries, unlike the book says, the Latin America and African countries, succeeded in achieving high economic growth by promoting manufacturing exports. However, that optimism was dashed in the Asian currency crisis of 1997-98. The economies in Asia suffered from currency crisis, banking crisis, and deep recession. Moreover, Asia was accused of having crony capitalism, too much government intervention, and poor banking supervision. The regional effort was made to provide liquidity to Asian countries in the region. However, the so-called Asian Monetary Fund, AMF, idea did not materialize due to opposition of European-controlled IMF and US Treasury. They argued that Asian countries cannot be tough on each other, so the conditionality, which is conditions for liquidity assistance, would be too soft, and that would be bad for the economy. 15 years later, now, Europe is in crisis. They are now creating their own regional mechanism called European Stability Mechanism, ESM. This is a mechanism very similar to what Asian countries originally aimed at in 1997. So the point is, a region experiences the rise and fall of economic conditions and management, and also economic thinking. So this is history. Now, you, all of you, have a chance to make a history in the 21st century. You will experience firsthand the rise of Asia. This is exciting. Not only you witness this, but make impact on the history of Asia in the 21st century. You're so lucky to be here. But do not be arrogant, even if you or your country become successful, because troubles may be just around the corner. You have to be humble, and always that is what history shows. Again, congratulations and welcome. Thank you.